What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video guys, I have several quite impressive news. First of all, I will show you an update from Scott Roth in regards to his litigation, and I will show you that he filed a writ of mandamus, and this writ of mandamus might be very impressive for the entire MMTLP case. On top of that guys, I will show you that we have another lawsuit that was filed just several days ago, right before the statute of limitation deadline, and I have to admit that this lawsuit is also quite interesting, but it has some downsides as well. On top of that guys, I will show you a due diligence of conflict of interest inside FINRA in regards to the MMTLP case. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. So, let's start with this tweet that was written by Scott just several hours ago, and he wrote, "Two position close only writ of mandamus filed in U.S. District Court, Vermont, in Scott Roth versus Gary Gensler today, December 9th of 2024. I'm asking the court for a writ of mandamus to force the SEC to abide by SEC versus Sloan and several other laws, the Administrative Procedure Act, the Securities Exchange Act, the Mandamus Act, and the All Writs Act, to bring back by court order our lost 2 days of trading." And guys, I have to say that we have a precedent of the same decision in, if I remember it correct, in the Sloan SEC versus Sloan case. And to be honest, I don't think that it might be applicable to our case, and I explained several times why I think so. But nevertheless, guys, despite of my personal opinion, I think this is a huge update because we have to see the ruling, the judge's ruling for this case and for this writ of mandamus. And what is more importantly, we have to see the explanation of this decision. And definitely this explanation and this decision might be extremely important in further steps to our main goal. So let me go to further. There is a variety of other provisions in there too. Namely, that Greg McCabe should be stripped of his extra 58 million shares he obtained under what could charitably be called the most dubious, questionable terms imaginable post-U3 halt, and to set up court-ordered guardrails for the trading as pay to close only for 2 days. Of course, share counts are part of it, and keeping the vermin known as Citadel and GTS and others like them away from the trading has also to be component 2. Hanging in there, we have not had any doors shut yet. In another post, I will post the second amended complaint in Roth versus Rubinstein, which was also filed today. So guys, we basically have 2 updates from Scott, and I have to admit that he works hard, extremely hard during all these days. So let me go to further. Thanks to the 1209 folks. When the meme poster spotlight chasers were busy exposing themselves in Florida this weekend for being the self-licking lollipops we all knew they were, a pretty diverse bunch of scrappers was busy filing suits, developing evidence, and taking the fight to McCabe, the SEC, DTCC, FINRA, Schwab, and Fidelity. And one of them, a woman, was threatened by one of the drunken fleabags that pass for honored representatives of the MMTLP community. He's off X now, and it appears that law enforcement may be arranging for him to help put a lawyer's kids through college. And so it goes. Shades of Drew flatulence trying to solicit a hack of the Zoom call of this same group. So there you have it, one group fights. and one group should steal the NATO brand as no action talk only. Here is the writ of mandamus. And he added to this document, guys, I didn't have enough time to read it in its entirety, but I have to admit that I'm very glad that Scott is still working hard to push his case forward. And from my point of view, I think he deserves a lot of support from MMTLP community, because he is one of the few people who is still trying to work in favor of entire MMTLP community to see the resolution. And guys, this part of his statement is not the best, I would say, and I found out that this person who threatened another community member was Don Fizz, and that is why he deleted his account. I don't like this type of behavior, and that is why this yesterday's tweet that I read you yesterday was 100% correct. And let me remind you, Mata J.I. wrote this, I heard Don Fizz saying horrible things. Wow, changed my outlook on ever getting resolution. I was counting on Don Fizz, and he may be working for the other side against us. So, it is what it is. Unfortunately, some people might start to help us in our fight, but some people might do completely opposite. And it is just rules of life, and we cannot do anything with this type of actions. So, let me show you next part of the news. Kristen Shaughnessy responded to George Palliker's tweet, and she wrote, failures to deliver in MMAT for 2 weeks period in 2021 in blue below, much higher than Tesla, GameStop and 3M. Any politician or regulator curious or brave enough to publicly demand answers? Anyone going to get MMAT and MMTLP investors the independent audited aggregate share count? 1. MMAT's FTDs were 54.7x higher than the industry average. MMAT exceeded Tesla's FTDs by 5.3x, a significant margin. MMAT was 35.8x higher than GameStop's FTDs. And 4. MMAT's FTDs outpaced 3M by an astronomical 680x. And she refers to the tweet that was written by George Palliker. He basically found this information, and I have to admit that yes, it is extremely impressive that for this period alone we have quite high number of fails to deliver. But guys, at the same time, I didn't do any proof checks on this fact, and I have to say that you shouldn't rely on just one random spot from September the 1st of 2021 to September 14th of 2021, because this might be just a nature of market, because we might see this type of spikes as a cumulative number, and the real number of these failures to deliver might be much lower. Definitely, I don't want to say anything against John Palliker or against this data. I just have to say that every information should be double checked, and only in this case we can use it in our investigation, and we can use it in our litigations. So let me show you a quite interesting update. Roman Soups published this tweet 13 hours ago, and I have to admit that a lot of people missed this news that on December the 6th we have another lawsuit that was filed against NextBridge, John Burda, Gregory McCabe, Charles Schwab, FINRA, and Merrick Garland, Attorney General, United States of America. And I have to say that you can find these entire filings on this link, and I have to admit that, wait a second, I will show you that the major downside of this type of litigations is that it was filed as pro se. This means it was filed without help of professional lawyers and attorneys. And that is why, guys, I cannot judge anyone for their actions, but Roman Soups published a set of tweets that are quite critical to the lawsuit itself. And yes, you have to keep in mind that the point of view and the position of Roman Subs is quite opposite to the entire MMTLP community. But at the same time, guys, you have to make your own conclusion by reading all these tweets. And if you want to know more about the case itself, you can read it in its entirety because it is in free access. But at the same time, guys, I want to show you quite interesting update. Wait a second, somewhere at page 54, somewhere here, you can see, wait a second, you can see this part, this paragraph, number 208. As approximate cause of the U3 trading halt that was now lasted approximately 24 months, plaintiff is damaged over approximately $400,000 and asserts his true damages in loss of use of that money. The calculation of dark pool and ATS trading share price available on 7th to 9 December of 2022 and other factors could lead to significantly higher damages at trial. 15 USCS 78U-4E provides for a 90-day window after disclosure to obtain a share price for compensation. Since the U3 halt only stopped trading on US lit markets and evidence proves it was trading as late as June 2024 in foreign markets as high as $1,039 a share, plaintiff's true damages could be well over $50 million. And guys, this is quite interesting fact that was mentioned, I think, for the first time in these litigations. We know that, for example, if I remember it correct, the name of this Asian broker-dealer is Tiger something, Tiger I would like to say Tiger Woods, but definitely it is not the case. Tiger Trades or something like this. And we know that it was a ticker symbol quite similar to MMTLP with the share price of more than $1,000. And I also covered this in my video. And the main discrepancy, in my opinion, is that it wasn't in June of this year, it was in March of this year. But nevertheless, guys, we have to find out what is the reason for this trading of these prices basically on Asian market for MMTLP shares, and why it is so high as $1,039 per share. Definitely this might be quite interesting development in this case. And for now, guys, let me show you the conclusion and the demand, the prayer for relief. So plaintiff requests of this court the following: 1. Reasonable attorney's fees. 2. Treble damages for all Clayton Act claims. 3. Compensatory damages at $5 million costs and punitive damages if allowed by this court. 4. That the declaratory judgment and injunctive relief be granted against FINRA. 5. The declaratory judgment and relief be granted against United States of America. 6. Awarding damages pursuant to Section 11 of the Securities Act. 7. Awarding equitable relief if the court deems it necessary and proper. So guys, I have to say that this prayer to relief is quite, from my point of view, this prayer for relief is quite poorly elaborated, let's put it this way. And that is why, guys, I think the pro se litigations, the pro se lawsuits might not be so effective in our case without the proper support of real attorneys. But at the same time, guys, time will tell, and we have to see at least the first decisions on this case in order to make the conclusion. And I have to say that there is no bad lawsuits in our case. Every lawsuit might lead us to some kind of new facts that might elaborate the case in general, and this might lead to the next step for the resolution. So, and let me show you another update, at this time from Orogrande. Just several hours ago, he published this tweet in response to his own tweet. And first of all, let me show you this. The cover-up continues 2 years after FINRA U3 halted MMTLP. The US Government Accountability Office USGAO provides a report every 3 years concerning the SEC's oversight of FINRA. The report that covers years 2021 and 2023 was completed in July 2024, but it wasn't made public until November the 12th of 2024. One aspect of this report is supposed to be about the transparency of FINRA's governance and activities, and another area of the report is supposed to analyze the effectiveness of FINRA's rules. In addition, this is one of the SEC's CEO oversight categories. Tips, compliance, and referrals are allegations of statements of concern about suspected violations of securities laws or wrongdoing received by SEC. FSIO reviews those related to FINRA by evaluating facts and circumstances, conducting research, and asserting the underlying issue. The reviews may result in FINRA's inspections or examinations or be used for inspection planning purposes. This report should analyze the SEC's oversight of MMTLP, including their adherence to rules like 6490 and all tips and compliance sent to both FINRA and the SEC. But nothing like this was included in the public version of the report because GAO omitted information that the SEC deemed sensitive. The SEC isn't being transparent. Michael Clements of the USGAO office knows there's a problem with the SEC's oversight of FINRA and how they handled MMTLP. Where is the accountability, if not the US Government Accountability Office? And he added the next part of his investigation. How is it that the firms represented by the members of FINRA's UPC committee also traded MMTLP? Shouldn't this conflict of interest have been addressed by the SEC or FSIO? If it wasn't, shouldn't it have been addressed when the US Government Accountability Office reviewed the SEC's oversight of the way FINRA handled MMTLP? All of these firms somehow knew that they didn't have to close their short positions. Isn't this an example of insider trading? What are the firms held MMTLP obligations and were recipients of the same information that aided the UPC committee firms? Who reviews the work of the US Government Accountability Office? And guys, I have to admit that Orogrande added all the screenshots of the documents of his investigations, and this information, in my opinion, needs to be answered because these questions are extremely important in order to have fair and transparent markets. But none of the authorities want to answer these questions. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and we still have the only chance to win by fighting these wrongdoers. That is why I am here.
And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium